and welcome back. I've got a brilliant guest. This is my dentist, Dr. UCHENNA OkOYE, and she's the lady that saved my teeth. She's actually most famous for being a brilliant cosmetic dentist, but she's never actually done any cosmetic work on my teeth. She's just done the proper old school nuts and bolts. When one of my crowns fell out last year and you came to my rescue. So what I thought I would do is I sat down and I wanted to bust some teeth care myths with UCHENNA. So basically she's got sort of all her kind of drills and everything in my mouth, and all I'm thinking is I need to ask her questions. So I thought, why not do it in front of the camera for you guys as well? So these are all the questions you ever wanted to ask your dentist but were afraid to ask. And she's brilliant. And I'll get her back and we'll do teeth bleaching as well. And actually we've just filmed a video of UCHENNA doing her makeup because I'm going to start a new series, Real Women Doing Their Real Makeup in Real Time. And she's so beautiful. So. Right, okay. Let's talk about choice of toothbrush. Is it important? Isn't it important? I've seen all the ads. Is a manual toothbrush as good as an electric toothbrush?
I was about to immediately say no, but actually no. You need an electric toothbrush. You need this one. This is my to-go one, as I said to you.
Oral-B.
The Oral-B one. And as you know, that I used to be Oral-B's ambassador, and I'm not their ambassador, but I still love the brush. To all those people out there that thought I was raving about it, you know, because I'm working for them. But it actually removes, it's been shown to remove 100% more plaque than brushing manually.
Okay.
Can you remove all the plaque with a manual brush? Yes. But you need to be really good at it and spend the time, and most of us don't. And even I myself that teach people how to brush their teeth use this. So highly recommend it.
Okay, so another thing about this is, and I've just realised I've just taken this off the side, and so UCHENNA's about to say to me, I think your head is changing.
Oh yes.
How often should you change the head?
About every 3 months.
And this is your favourite head, isn't it?
Yes,
right,
this is a nice one. But can you see how it's fading?
And I only just noticed when I got it out. That's a different one, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got a new one.
So when you get your brush, you get a packet of different heads. So
that's, you see how dark blue that is?
Oh my God. So how often should you change your brush head?
So 3 months, I say. Okay. I'd say to people, see your hygienist every 3 months, change your
brush head after you see your hygienist. Makes complete
and
sense.
Then it's just done.
Also, can I just say, I don't think people use their electric toothbrushes correctly.
Have you been watching Love Island?
No.
They've all been given these fabulous brushes and they're just using it in a stupid way.
Okay,
so let's show people how to
so let's show people, because I think this is really important, because it was only you and your brilliant hygienist who taught me how to use these, because I can pretty much guarantee that this is how you use this brush.
Yeah. So wrong.
And that's because you were raised by your parents with a manual toothbrush to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I will not make you use that brush head. Let's put this one on. Just quickly.
So to show. But you know how to do it on me. Anyway. No, you know how to do it. I'll do it on you.
No, but watch this. This is so important.
Literally, instead of, a bit like what you're doing, so you just press and hold. So we're going 1, 2, 3, next one. And it's a shame they can't see really close on, because the bristles are like going right underneath the gum. And you're literally going across like that on the biting surface and on the inside. And that's all you need to do.
And you hold it still.
Yeah.
I can actually feel the difference that's made. I made me think you've just got magic hands. It's nothing to do with the brush.
It's having a new brush, number one.
New brush head.
Effective. New brush head, rather. But the key thing is just like plonk it on and literally be like, dream about... I don't know.
Think about what you're doing that day.
Exactly, and just go duh.
How many seconds front, top, and back?
So count to 3 for each. So and not 1 to 3. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and move, and 1 and 2 and 3 and move. It's quite therapeutic. So that way, what's that? 9 for each
9
surface of your
seconds
teeth.
per surface of the tooth, which means in total it will take 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And this actually makes a different sound at 2 minutes. It goes, and that's how you know that you've actually spent the right time cleaning. And that blew my mind because nobody had ever taught me how to use a toothbrush properly.
And you just weren't doing it properly.
And I was using, so when I came to see you, I was using a Sonic toothbrush. And the reason I like the Sonic toothbrush is for me it had a tiny little head, which I thought was making a more efficient job of getting around the back of my teeth. And then you said to me, no, that the Sonic wasn't right for me. Why?
Because it's...
Be honest.
No. Well, because there was plaque there. I'm like...
But also you said to me it's because the Sonic was good for a younger person who had less gum problems and less old national health work done on their teeth.
I was trying to be gentle, but you're like... Oh,
you don't need to be gentle with me,
you.
UCHENNA, just bring it on. But actually, this was more efficient at getting around old, badly done
teeth
fillings,
at different
crowns.
angles, and because this does, imagine the brush goes like that and it does, where the Sonic you hold it and it's just like glide, it just misses things. And not to say, you know, I stock all of them,
you do,
and it's
don't
about making it bespoke, what fits each person. And also a lot of us like the feeling of the traditional toothbrush.
Yes.
People don't actually hold the Sonic brush on, you know, there for
no, I was doing that with
effective.
it.
Which is just like a total waste of time.
So it's about asking your hygienist to choose the brush that's right for you. And I have to say that since I've started using my Oral-B, again, not being paid by Oral-B, it's made a real difference. It has made a real difference. Yes, go on.
So I was going to say...
I love this because basically I'm just going to stand back and let you
let me do.
Basically, the thing is, when you're frightened of going to your dentist because you know you've let your routine slip and you're frightened you're going to get told off, but isn't it lovely when she tells you off, but in a nice way?
No, of course, because I think the thing that we as a profession have done wrongly, it's kind of, there's this perception where we're telling people off. Whereas my thing, it's all about positivity. Yes, you've done really well, there's 50% plaque, but let's try and get it to 15. But it's about empowering you, teaching you and giving you the right tools. So, which is why I love this. This is the disclosing tablets. Lots of people may have seen it, you know, gotten it when they were kids. But the key thing, in the instructions it says chew one and then brush. And what it does is that any areas where you've got plaque, it stains it. And the darker it is, the longer the plaque has been there. So if you've got lots of blue, ain't a good thing. But I recommend you brush first and then chew this. And it
then highlights where you're missing.
Exactly, because you're learning where you're missing to get better. So a combination of those two works really well.
Okay. And also I just think it reminds you, even if you do it once a month, if you brush, then do this, and then go back in with the brush, you're almost going in and giving your teeth a really good deep clean, but it just reminds you where you miss.
Exactly.
Like, I love this. Okay. Does toothpaste count? Does it really matter which toothpaste we use?
Yes, it does, depending on what you want it for. So the most important ingredient is fluoride.
Okay.
So I don't care what brand, if it's Tesco's Own or Oral-B or whatever, as long as it's got fluoride, then I'm happy. Because wait for all the trolling from the fluoride people now. Sorry, love.
Sorry.
But just because it's proven that fluoride is the only thing that helps make your teeth more resistant to decay.
Does it help remineralise them? Is that how it works?
Completely. So when you eat, you know, anything acidic or sweet, you start losing, it softens the enamel of the teeth, and fluoride helps seal that. So if, for example, somebody who's had no cavities, maybe I haven't seen them for a year, they come in and I'm like, what the hell happened? I can guarantee they've gone all natural.
Yeah.
And so they're now in a, you know, something aloe vera and
charcoal.
Which is
bicarbonate soda.
And it's fine if you don't eat sweet stuff. You know, that's the thing. So you can't have it all. So that's the
Is that the one you
fluoride.
Recommend? That's
the Oral-B Pro Expert one. And the reason I recommend that, so that goes back to having different things in. So for example, if you produce lots of calculus tartar, you can have toothpaste that help reduce that, toothpaste that helps reduce sensitivity. So this one's a great all-round that it's got the fluoride, it's got everything. And that, just like skincare, you know how some things you can have your basic, Cetaphil cleanser, and then you have ones that have got actives in them.
Totally.
So
this is
the same thing.
So I, for some reason, always really like the taste, and I think it's because it reminds me of my childhood of Colgate.
Yeah.
And I like that slightly sort of a spearmint foaminess. good or bad or indifferent? As long as it's got fluoride.
As long as it's got fluoride, that's fine. Because it's about the taste.
Yeah.
So I'm happy you've got both of them.
And how often should you be brushing your teeth?
Twice a day. You don't need to brush your teeth every time you eat something.
Before or after breakfast?
Definitely before. So as soon as you wake up, brush your teeth before you do anything else. Don't brush after breakfast because usually you've eaten something with sugar or you've had orange juice or whatever. So when you brush, you're actually brushing away the enamel. Oh. So really important with kids, So I know everyone's like, brush your teeth after just before school. It should be when they wake up. Because also the nighttime brush is the most important.
Does the enamel soften that quickly through the course of a meal of, say, a sugary cereal?
Oh, immediately. Yeah, of course. It's there's no long, and the thing is, like, we talk about frequency, so it's actually the number of what we call the plaque, the attacks.
Yeah.
So if you eat something, let's say your enamel's here and it's balanced, you eat something sweet, it starts building up, something sweet again. And so it's that yo-yo is what tips the balance to then you need a cavity.
So I would probably think, and I'm just guessing this, that the secret to having healthy teeth is to brush first thing in the morning and last thing at night and stop snacking.
Oh, goodness. Isn't it so easy? But it's almost too easy.
And also I know a lot of parents who gave their children fruit juice when they were younger and they had massive problems with their teeth. Whereas we didn't have fruit juice when I was growing up. We just had water or milk.
It was like I worked in kibbutz in Israel, and it was so fascinating that whilst I was there were like some Jewish kids that came from Ethiopia. Beautiful teeth, not a single cavity, white, like just quintessential perfect.
And then
literally in the space of 3 weeks, cavities everywhere. Why? Because they wanted to be like the other kids from school.
And eat the same way.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, it was amazing how quickly that transformation happened. So 3 weeks. People. So it matters.
Okay. Flossing.
Yeah, my lot call it, I call it the F word. Nobody... That thing that nobody likes doing, and there's an expression that says only floss the teeth you want to keep. It's so important.
Oh, I love you, UCHENNA. That's brilliant. Okay, because I don't get on with traditional. In fact, I could have brought the fingers and stuff like that. So UCHENNA showed me 2 ways of flossing that are different. So why is flossing important? So because you need to disturb the bacteria between your teeth. So what I say to people is think about it like a fight. When you kind of have, the knights of old and they've got this wall, so the barrier, which is the enamel, and they use their ladders and they're trying to get over the wall. So that's what's happening between your teeth. So if you don't disrupt the soldiers, so to speak, they get over the wall and, you get cavities, which is why most of the cavities decay people get is in between my teeth.
Yeah, between the teeth, because it's undisturbed. The bacteria is having a field day. So I don't care what you use. So yes, you love doing this.
I like this. So this is basically, I don't actually know, what do you call them? Got a whole pack of them here.
Well, that one's just a floss stick.
Oh, that's the Dentec, the floss stick. And the reason it's easier is if you can't, must have big hands, I can't get my hands in my mouth to get to it. That's a little bit of floss between 2 plastic ones. So it means you can go in really easily and get right at the back. It makes a difference.
But then you've got the TP, these little bottle brushes, which are brilliant. And
these are particularly good if you're slightly older and you're getting gaps between your teeth and you've got a bit of gum recession. They're so easy to use.
Which are big. And these are really efficient because I'm like, you're standing in the shower, you don't even need to see. You just pop them in, an extra 60 seconds under the hot shower. So it's just whatever works for you.
Shall I show you how they work?
Yeah, so there we go.
I'm trying to get it in the gap. Hold on.
That one's tight. Put one further back. Yeah, there we go. And with this one, this is where you'll find that there's lots of bleeding. There isn't with you now because you're a very good student.
And I have about 3 different sizes because the gaps are different in different places, and also I've got a missing tooth here where I didn't have a secondary tooth. So that wouldn't go between my front teeth, but it would go between the larger gaps at the back and where I've got a little bit of gum recession. So,
and as you get older, our teeth move everywhere. So that's why the classic that you've got different sizes, the gaps get bigger. As women with a hormonal thing, we're more prone to gum disease. So just the same way as you're looking after your face and the rest of you people, please look after your teeth. Your smile is so important.
Mouthwashes. For or against? Generally, I have to say 99.99% of mouthwashes I've tried, I've absolutely hated because I don't like that really strong alcohol minty flavour.
Do you remember Listerine advert with Terence the dragon?
But that's what it's like. I find that really unpleasant.
Yeah, that's because of the alcohol. But most mouthwashes now, actually, they've really reduced the content or they've taken it away completely. Do you need a mouthwash? Not really. I mean, I think there are certain conditions or situations. One, fluoride. I mean, I use a fluoride mouthwash. Again,
do you?
Using fluoride. Yeah, but you don't need to. You can just brush your teeth and spit.
So, yes.
Save you money.
Don't swallow, don't rinse, spit. And then what that means is you leave a coating of the fluoride toothpaste on your teeth for probably a good 15 minutes afterwards. So it gives it time to mineralise.
Yeah, so it's really good. But you've got this. Did I give you this?
No, I bought that. Sorry. I've just mouthwashed UCHENNA's trousers. I like that only because
no flavour.
It doesn't taste of anything. It just tastes a little bit like a sort of remotely minty water. And I use that. I tell you what I do use that for, actually. I use that if I've had a really garlicky meal.
And this
I have
is
no
what
idea
I was
if it
say.
works.
No, this is the only thing, and I have done so much research, that actually removes garlic breath.
Oh, good.
So you're absolutely right, this brand, and they've got like a little spray that I recommend people just keep in their purse.
So this is Ultradex Fresh Breath.
Yeah, it does. It takes
because I do like garlicky, spicy food, so that's what that's for. And then finally, when I was in the depths, and I have only used this for about a week, when I was in the depths of my absolute hideousness, and I had really sore gums, and I was having a lot of dental work, you did recommend this. Should you only get it from your dentist? So this is the Corsadol Dental Gel. So it's specifically for inflamed, acute rather than chronic inflamed gum problems.
Yeah. No, you can buy this from your chemist. I mean, I kind of say in the way people would buy Bonjela.
Okay.
You can go with this, but you should only use it for, I normally say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If whatever the reason you're using it for, after 2 weeks you still need it, you need to go
and see your dentist and get it sorted out.
It's brilliant for, like if somebody gets recurrent ulcers, especially if it's kind of like, monthly before your periods, and you just keep applying it, and it just helps everything heal faster.
And what UCHENNA gave me was one of those little brushes, because I could get right up where I'd had a lot of dental work and it was just a little bit sore. Honestly, within about 3 nights of putting this on my gum was absolutely fine. So I like to think it was more of an emergency SOS. Just don't rely on it regularly, because if you've got problem gums and your gums are bleeding or your gums are sore, it's a sign of an underlying problem that needs sorting out. But it's a good SOS one. It really is a good SOS one. And finally, I'm going to ask you a question which I think is really important. People are always really shocked by this. How much toothpaste did you actually use?
Everybody uses
you've seen the
too
ads
much.
where people go and they put, especially along a toothbrush, that is purely set up in the 60s for marketing.
More than enough.
Let me put that right over the focal point. That is all you need to clean your teeth.
And if you've got kids, probably half of that. That's it, not even a quarter.
That idea, that old school idea of watching a toothpaste and going
along
like that across a brush, was actually started in the 60s to get people to sell more toothpaste, which is kind of crazy.
It's just really interesting, actually. I put a thing on Instagram a few days ago. Where do you press your toothpaste? And I realised that I'm in the middle.
I'm an M person, yeah.
You're an end.
You messed
You're
that
a bum,
up.
yeah.
But what's interesting about that is in the olden days, these were metallic and you used to have to roll them up. Nowadays, they're plastic and you can't, which means you do get, even if you mean chopping them open at the end, you do get every last bit out.
Anyway, just as an aside.
Can you think of any other tooth myths that we need to bust?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it. I think
so you should be going to see your hygienist every 3 months?
Yeah, see your hygienist every 3 months, dentist every 6 months. I don't care what NICE or anybody else says, because they're kind of like, once a year or every 2 years. But you need, the key thing is that when you see your dentist, we're not just looking at teeth. You remember, when you see me, I'm checking on
you check all my lymphatic nodes, you check for all oral health issues. Yeah, completely.
So we can spot anything happening in the body really early. So even for that reason alone, see the dentist every 6 months. Then when you see the hygienist, if there's a problem, they'll call your dentist in. So if you do that with a dentist, you brush using the electric toothbrush. Use the right toothpaste with fluoride. Toothpaste. Clean in between your teeth to get rid of the plaque. Use the plaque staining thing to be able to see any bits that you're missing.
Should you be flossing twice a day as well?
Once a day is fine.
Morning or night?
Night. Night, it doesn't matter, but night because people generally have more time.
Yeah.
And the most important brush is the night time because you produce less bacteria. So less bacteria, you
Less
produce
saliva.
more bacteria,
Yeah.
less saliva.
Yeah.
So that way we need to kind of protect. It's so easy. I'm not, it's easier than all this stuff we do on our face and serums and all the rest
How
of
much
it.
time do you reckon you spend looking after your teeth every single day?
Probably about 3 minutes.
In total?
4 minutes. What you mean?
No,
as in for
3
me
minutes
myself?
in the morning and 3 minutes at night.
Oh, I see. I'd say allocate 10 minutes. So call it
Okay.
10 minutes, faffing around, putting the toothpaste on. 10 minutes a day, and then because you only get one set of teeth.
You do.
The smile is the universal language. It's the first thing people meet, and people just don't spend enough time because it's almost too simple. You know, and I don't know how to.
Also, I
get
just
around.
think it's good teeth are like good hair and good skin. You take it for granted until it's taken away from you,
That's so
and then you
true.
really notice. But also, one of the most common questions that I was asked when people knew I was getting UCHENNA in today was teeth bleaching, teeth whitening. That's a whole other video, and we're about to do it because UCHENNA has given me a system that I've tried that I'm not getting on with, and UCHENNA's going to find a way around it, and we're going to bust loads of myth about what's good, what's bad, and what's ugly about teeth bleaching because it's a whole other video. So thank you for that. I want you to follow UCHENNA on Instagram at
Dr. UCHENNA Okoye.
I will put that.
Just like put
I
on
will
there.
spell that out here.
For you for the whole, and literally, you know, I have to say I'm becoming a little bit obsessed with Instagram because it's this direct access. You know, people always DMing
If people
me.
follow you and they DM you and ask you a question under a picture, will you answer?
Absolutely, it's only I do it myself, so it's only me.
Yeah.
I might not do it immediately, but I will always do it.
If she's not doing it immediately, it's because she's looking after a whole host of people like Lisa Eldridge and Nadine Baggett and Ruth Crilly who need all the help we can get. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. The next video will be UCHENNA doing her makeup, real women doing real makeup in real time. But after that, we're going to bust loads of myth about teeth bleaching. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Follow UCHENNA and ask her all your questions. You know you're going to be inundated,
I
right?
can't wait. I love talking to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.